In an interview on Thursday with Quincy Troyer, Senior Compliance Inspector of the Guyana National Bureau of Standards, Gnbs, with focus being specifically on toys and fairy light standards that have been in existence on the book for over 10 years, he underscored that due to the very porous borders, there are instances where stakeholders would bring substandard items into the country, place them on the markets illegally, thus bypassing the normal scrutiny that is required. However, he's strongly warning persons who engage in these practices that it is against the law to circumvent the regulations as set up by the Bureau to safeguard the consumers. Regular surveillance exercises are being done to counteract these illegal entries, he said, as businesses or persons who engage in these arrangements are putting the consumers at risk.
To the porous borders, but what we have in place is we have a surveillance inspection exercise whereby we go nationwide and we conduct surveillance inspection to ensure that those products, especially fairy lights and toys that are offered for sale to the Guyanese public, meets the requirements of the relevant national standard.
The monitoring of the products he highlighted is done through an import control process through which the automated system for custom data, ASACUDA, controlled by the Guyana Revenue Authority.
Monitor products through the ASACUDA system that is controlled by the Guyana Revenue Authority. Those items that are monitored by the Gnbs are flagged through the ASACUDA system. When the items are flagged through the system, they'll be routed to the Gnbs for us to have a look at it.
Upon receiving data from the ASACUDA, the Gnbs will commence monitoring through that port of entry, he said.
Start monitoring rather through the port of entry. Right. Also, like I just mentioned, we have surveillance exercises, which is another form of monitoring whereby we go nationwide and we do local market checks to ensure that the items are for sale.
Troyer highlighted that when items are found that do not meet the required standard, they are placed on hold and a non-conformity form would be issued to that importer with a comprehensive outline of the deficiencies of the product or products. He also explained how they can have the product released to enter the market.
Give them a grace period of 3 weeks to address it. Right? Failure to address those non-conformities after the grace period will result in seizure and removal and can be destroyed. So
he urged stakeholders to abide by the standards and for consumers to familiarize themselves with the certification marks, as well as look for those marks on products before purchasing. If those marks aren't present, reports can be made to the Guyana National Bureau of Standards on 219-0065.
And focus on the aspect of certification mark, especially for the electrical products and even the toys. Look for those certification mark.
Reporting for HGP Nightly News, Alana Nadir.